Hey, good morning. Just wanted to make a real quick summary video of how I started my own business. It's much easier than you think. Don't let people think that it's impossible. It is scary, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. I say it to my kids all the time. If something is scary, it's probably just because you haven't done it before. Once you've been doing it for a while, it's really not that bad. Starting your own business, I think that people just have to kind of break out of that mold, that 9 to 5 working for somebody else. My parents owned their own business, a grocery store, when I was a kid. Maybe that's where I got the bug. I'm not sure. I never thought that I would own my own business. It just seemed too scary to me. Accounting and paying my own taxes, and how do I become a legal business? How do I make sales? I'm not a salesman. Am I going to make enough money? At what point do I quit my full-time job? How do I hire employees? How do I pay them? There's just a lot of things that seemed scary, and they're really not that scary. They're not that bad at all. Actually, there's so many resources now to make those things so simple. I could never go back to working for somebody else for multiple reasons, but mainly because I I can pay all of my bills. I was actually counting this up last night. I can pay all of my bills if I work 16 hours a week. I do work more than 16 hours a week. But bare minimum, if I lost some accounts and there was a season of unfruitfulness in my business, sorry, I'm driving right now. I would only have to work 16 hours to pay my bills. And anything else, any other work that I do, can just be savings, or can, you know, buy my kids things that they need. So, anyways, you don't have to work for somebody else. I've made a longer video on that, but I love working for myself. I decided I was going to leave that job. I started going door to door, literally, cold calling. I cold called churches that were closed, asked them, about their window cleaning, and then I would, evenings and Saturdays, to places that were open, I would go in and ask for the person in charge, tell them what I do, leave my business card, do my best to remember their name, always shake their hand, make good eye contact, ask conversational questions, and get to actually know these people. I enjoy knowing people. And yes, it is scary at first. It's weird to go cold calling, to walk into somebody's place and pitch your business. But it's just an obvious statistic. The more of those that you go into, the more work that you're going to get, because nobody's going to say yes to you if they don't know you exist. So you got to go in there and make yourself known. Show your existence, show that your business is in the area, and that you would like to serve their local business. Say your name, the name of your company, what you do, and make sure that you get an LLC eventually. Look up your state. You probably don't have to pay taxes for a certain amount, or be like a legal entity until you've made a certain amount of money. So you could always get your feet wet, but then it only takes a couple $100s to make an LLC. Um, when I first started, I used Zen Business to make my LLC, which I now know I could have done a lot of those things on my own and probably paid like $50, maybe, probably less than that. Um, but they can do it for you, as long as you don't take any of the add-ons that they try and get you to buy at the end. Um, yeah, get yourself an LLC, a name. You can get company clothing. You don't have to. I just got company clothing, which actually feels much more official. I kind of like working in my own stuff and not wearing like a Carhartt sweater or somebody else to my job. So, um, yeah, once I was making enough money on Saturdays to pay my bills, then I realized that I could just go tell my boss to shove it, and that I was not going to work there anymore. And that went really good. That was really satisfying. I didn't exactly say those words, but But I did say a lot of things that were on my mind and reasons that I really hated working there, and maybe ways that they could make it better for the other people that were going to be staying there to enjoy their life and maybe not leave like I left. Um, I don't know that those changes happened. I don't really care, but I hope that those guys enjoy what they do. I hope that you enjoy what you do. Um, get out there, sell, learn a skill. If you don't know a skill, if you already know a skill, use that skill, sell it. There's no reason that you should um, just be working a job that you hate and never seeing your family. You should be able to have a lot of freedom. And you'll get to those points when you start your business where you teeter-totter of, when do I actually pull the trigger and quit my 9 to 5, my 8 to 5, whatever it is, and dive into full self-employment. And that can be a scary step. Starting can be scary. It can be scary to pull the trigger on quitting the job that gives you stability, the job that you're used to, that you love. Well, maybe not love, but the job that's like maybe giving you a retirement. I don't know. When I started this, I jumped in a little bit early, I think, for the full-time, just because I got a taste of the pay in the summertime. And I suspected that the wintertime would dive off a little bit, but it dove off a little bit worse than I thought. I ended up initially pulling my retirement for this job, but I don't owe anybody any money, and I am building that money back. And you can do that too. It's really not so bad. Once people like your service, if you do a really good job, whatever that might be, they will tell somebody about you. You can always leave an extra business card behind. Business cards are cheap. Anybody can make a business card say anything. That's probably one of the easiest things that you can do is leave behind a business card. I like to make sure that mine has the services on the card, so that way if the person in charge wasn't there and they look at my card and they see, oh, glass cleaning, carpet cleaning, janitorial service, I've kind of hit a niche because there's big carpet cleaning companies around here who could just kind of wash me away. But since I am also a janitorial service, there is a lot of houses around here that when somebody moves out want to hire me to clean it, and they don't want to hire a janitor and a carpet cleaner. They get all in one with me. And I can also do their windows and their office windows and go do their personal home windows, not just the house that they're selling. So it works out for me having those few things. I know some people say that might be a business mistake, but you find you. I offer 3 things, 3 services. You can pick any one of those. You can just have one service. You can have multiple services. I don't think it really matters, but just be encouraged that you can go out there and make money for yourself. It's not impossible. There's a lot of people who do it. There's people who move to our country and they take advantage of that, and they make it look easy. And I always wondered why they don't teach us how to do that in school. I always wished I would have known how to start my own business in school. I thought that I would have to be told what to do for my entire life. And I was until I was 30 years old. So I'm free now. I am at a job. I'm going to get in there and clean until lunchtime, and I get to spend the rest of the day with my family.